Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Board Game Heaven Talks Accessories. And in this episode I'm going to talk a folded space insert for the game King of Tokyo, kindly provided by Folded Space for review purposes. So let's open up the box. I'll show you how to put it together and how it fits in the box. So the Folded Space King of Tokyo insert for that game, of course. Let's see what's in the box. So as usual, these come in these folded cardboard boxes, envelopes more, and they have their instructions. So this is a sheet of instructions, just an A4 sheet, that tells you how to put it together and what you get. So you get 4 sheets of punch boards, and this is the instruction on how to put them together, and they're pretty straightforward. And you can use your standard PVA glue, which is the white kind of hobby glue, and it's easily washable. This is water-based, if I'm not mistaken. At least you can get it off with water fairly easily, and I like to use a little brush. Take an old brush that you don't need for anything else, and I use a little cup to put the glue in, so I can just dab in there and just put it on the edges of the parts here. There is a little tray sticker sheet here, so you can stick that on for your cards, your energy tokens, etc., and all kinds of stuff. So that's really nice. So I'll just put that to the side. And these things are a plain gray, and they're easily punched out. So you punch them like so, and that's it. And you can see they're 5 millimeters thick, and they're extremely light, of course, being foam core. So you just press all of this out, and actually the better thing to do, I'm just punching them out right away, but is to check what you want to make first and only punch out those parts and just put the rest to the side. So I'll show you an example. So the first sheet that I punched here was this tray, and I just checked the instruction here on the leaflet, and I just put it together loosely right now without glue, just to check if everything is okay. So what I do then is basically I just put all the parts on the side. You can just flip them like this. You take your first part, and you take some glue. Alright, just put a little bit in here. There we go. Take my little brush, dip it in, like so. So then I want to put glue on the sides that are going to be on top of the bottom there. So just put it, dab a little bit on. Don't worry if it's a little bit too much, because everything that comes out through the edges dries up in a clear, transparent way, so you won't really see it. So I'm usually royally applying. So okay, and I can put a bit on these edges too, because that will be in here. So I'll put a bit here as well. And this will be very, very solid. I've tried this before. I have also put together the Gloomhaven insert from Folded Space, and that one was also very, very sturdy, and there's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of heavy stuff, lots of paper and cardboard, and that one also works brilliantly, as long as you glue them together. So that's basically just what you do. You just press it together nice and tightly, and you let it dry. So, and you can just go ahead and take the following piece and just do that one as well. It takes a bit to dry, a couple of hours maybe, but then it will be very solid. So I'll just continue putting this together. I think I have to put this one in first actually, but that's okay. I'll just leave this lying down, because if I put this one in later, I won't be able to fit it in So I'll just do this one first, because that's what it says in the instructions too. So yes, follow the instructions. All right. I'll just speed this up a bit. So as you can see, this is already pretty sturdy. I just glued it together real fast, and it's already holding together nicely. Okay, I'll just put everything together then, and then I'll show you how it will fit inside the box. Alright, so I've put together all the trays, and I've already put in some of the components, well actually all of the components, plus these two expansions, because it has enough space to fit both Power Up and Halloween for King of Tokyo. So you can get rid of those boxes as well, save some shelf space. So I put these Power Up cards, and they're sleeved, as you can see. I've put them all in here. I've slanted them a bit because standing up they won't fit, and lying down the thing is too big, so I just slanted them like this, and that works brilliantly. And I've sleeved all the cards, and they fit in nicely. And I have a first edition, and this is a different back because this is a promo. So I actually have a promo card, and I have all the orange ones from Halloween as well. So they're all in here, and if I press them together, press out some of the air in the sleeves, there's still room left, but it will just, you know, come up again. But there's plenty of room there. I've put all the player boards in here, and as you can see, I didn't glue these on yet, and I'll tell you why in a second. I even got two promos in here, so I've got the Iron Rook for supporting Dice Tower, and the Alpha Zombie, which is in the Zombie 15 game. So I put them all in there with the expansions, and there's still room for, I think, a couple more maybe. And all of them go in here, and I managed to keep all the standees on except for the top two. The last two did not fit because then the stand would go come out of the edge, it wouldn't be flush. So most of them fit in there, and that's because I got two promos in there as well. So if you don't have any promos and just the base game and two expansions, you can just keep them in there with the stands attached. You might have to rotate them a bit and be a bit creative, but it does work. So let's put it all together then. So this tray just goes in here, and then this piece goes across the other one, like that. Then you have your two card trays, and you could put them on either side, like that. Okay, and then you have these two trays, and they're similar trays, and I just took the bag with all the energy cubes, and you can just toss them in there like that without the bag, but I'll just keep them in because I store these sideways, and you know, I don't want these tiny little cubes to be everywhere. I'll have that problem with the tokens perhaps, but so you put all the tokens in here. There's a little raised area here that can keep these in place, perhaps. Perhaps you can even stick it in vertically if you want, but then it would be harder to get them out maybe. So I just followed the instructions for that one. I'm going to put that one on the bottom so the top one will keep these from falling out. And I put the dice in here. Now the instructions tell you to glue these in here. Just glue them against these sides like that, and they give you an extra storage for dice like that, which is nice. But I thought, you know, if I have to put the other ones in here anyway, or I could put, you know, some of them over there, but there won't be enough, there will be room for 6 dice. So that's the only minor nitpick that I have with this tray, is that you can store 6 dice here if you follow the instructions. So that would mean perhaps all of these orange ones, but I'd still have these two green ones left, and I could toss them anywhere, of course, but you know, then I'd have dice all over the place. Or I could put them here, but what's the point of that? And this also has this raised area, so that's not very handy, which I also didn't glue in, just to demonstrate, because I thought later, you know, if they hadn't put in this middle divider here, that I would have actually been able to fit in these extra dice in the middle, because that is exactly the width with a little bit of wiggle room for 5 by 3 dice. So I could have fit in 15 dice here, and there's only 14 of them, so that would have fit. So what I did is I thought, let's just toss all of that out, put this here, and this will be empty for whatever expansion there might still be in the future, or more tokens. And I'll just toss all of these in here, because that also works. So you can put all 6 of them on the bottom there, and then these 6 on top, like so. And then there's plenty of room. So that's my custom solution, but it doesn't really matter what you do. It will always fit in here. So this is a bit raised because of the plastic bag here. Just put that down for a bit. So like that. Now it fits nicely and flush. And then you just simply put this on top of here. And you can also label all your trays with these. And then you just take all your rule books, and I just put those on top. Oh, let me just get that lid over here, and that just goes on top. Just be careful not to squish the rule book. And that all sits nice and flush inside the box. So that's a perfect solution for King of Tokyo and its 2 expansions. So my thoughts on this folded space insert for King of Tokyo is that it works brilliantly. It's easy to put together. It's light material. It's not expensive. It even has stickers on it, so that's all wonderful. The only minor nitpick I had is that they used one of these similar trays that you use for your tokens and your cubes for the dice as well, and then you could store a couple of extra ones over there. And I just don't like having my dice all over the place. I like them to be in one place. So I just left these out. It's easily fixed if you want that as well. You just leave those out, put all the dice there, and keep this for whatever else there is in the future for King of Tokyo. Or, you know, just toss in whatever you want. Some snacks maybe. So yeah, that's the insert, the folded space insert for King of Tokyo. Absolutely fantastic accessory, and that's my opinion on this. Superb. And so that was my review of the King of Tokyo insert by Folded Space. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.